What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to California Reloaded. I'm going to try to make this a quick video, and I'm just going to do it in multiple parts and then just kind of splice it together. Basically, I got my 6.5 rounds done today. I'm going to hit the range probably next weekend, start getting my hunting setup dialed in. But while I'm at it, I kind of realized, you know what? My safe is a little bit empty as far as 9mm and 45. So I'm going to load up 100 rounds today of my 9mm. I might go ahead and do 100 rounds of 45 after this and do that in a separate video. But for now, let me just kind of walk you through what I got going on here. So I use these little MTM case guards. They're great. This last one was my Speer 115s. I may use the Speer. I may use the Extreme. I'm not sure. I'll just go ahead and grab one. You know what? Let's just load Speer. So this is what I use, the Speer 115 grains, copper-plated round nose. These are perfect for plinking. You don't really need anything beyond that if you're going to load 9mm. If you want to load FMJs, that's your thing. I don't mind FMJs. They're just more costly. But hey, man, to each his own. This is just for when I go to the range. I keep all my processed brass. I buy Once Fired brass online. I keep them in these Gladware bins. Keep in mind, guys, this was full to the top, and I just pulled out 110 total. I'm going to load 50 at a time on the block. I always pull out an extra 10 when I'm getting going, because sometimes you may find a case that maybe has a nasty dent in it. It's nice to have a few extra. So basically, I keep them in here. You could probably keep about, processed and ready to go, you could probably keep about 600 in here, 500, something like that. So you can keep quite a bit in there. And then here's also my, I keep desiccant packets in there as well. Here's also my 45 ACP. These are processed and ready to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get the press ready. So let me grab that now. We'll be doing this today on the Lyman All American 8. Take the cover off there. And then I will pan you guys up. Oh, I'm missing a tray. Let me put that tray back. Okay. Let me pan you guys back up. Lyman All American 8. I like this thing a lot. I haven't used it in a while, but I'm going to go ahead and get my my 9mm dies set back on it, and let me get this ready to go, and then I'll be back for step 2. Okay, step 2. This is kind of what I do. I just pre-calculate everything. So I told you I had 110 cases. I like to have a few extra cases ready to go. I already pre-counted 100. Whoops. I already pre-counted 100 of the Speer 115 grain copper-plated round nose. I have done extensive testing with these Speer bullets. I don't know what my favorite is between the Speer and the Extreme. I like them both. I really do. I like them both. I don't know what the clear winner would be. Maybe with further testing, I'll figure that out. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to get all the brass put into the tumbler, and then I have these 2 extra load bins. I'll show you as we go along exactly how I do that, but let me first get my vibratory tumbler out. It has my corncob media in it. I always add rice every time I use it. I always add rice. Reason being, I add polish as well. And that polish will help soak into that rice, and that rice they act like little sponges, and it's great. So what I do is I take some of this new finish, this once-a-year car polish, and you don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. See, that was probably more than enough. I'm just going to give a little ploop right there. There you go. And then, obviously I still have rice in there from the last time, so that's fine. These are just like, they're like little lubed up little sponges. So I'm just going to take a fingerful of rice, add a little bit more. That's probably good for the 100 cases, or 110 rather, that I'll be doing. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in, turn it on. I'm going to let it do its thing for about, 30, 45 minutes or so, something like that, while I go ahead and set up the press. One thing when I do set up the press, once I get the dies installed, and kind of set up for measurements. I have dummy bullets that I've previously loaded, so what I'll do is I'll just kind of stick the dummy bullet back in on the press and seat the die to that dummy bullet to get me close. And then on the first couple rounds that I go ahead and press, I have a baseline, and then from there I can make adjustments. And you know, it's always the first 2, 3 that I'll make adjustments on, and then after that, this 100's going to go super fast. So we'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. I am almost fully set up. What I am doing is just verifying a couple of things on my setup. So let me just index this back. These are my 9mm dies. These are my 45 dies back here. The only dies that I'm missing for the 2 sets here are the decapping. I typically don't decap on this one. I'll decap on my single stage. It's just easier for me. But basically, this is the flaring / powder charging die. So once your primers are seated, basically this guy will slip over the top. This guy will slip over the top like that. And then basically what you'll do is just imagine that this, I mean, there's obviously no primer there, but just imagine it is primed. I'll prime all the 100 cases first before I do this step. But while setting this up, basically you're going up until you have a good amount of resistance, and that's the case getting flared, the case mouth getting flared. And you see, probably hard to tell on camera, but there is a flare on there. Okay, so what you do is you go up, it flares that case mouth, and then this will be a predetermined preset charge. Okay, you'll lift that up, bring it back down, and then it's charged. And then what you could do on a turret press like this is you could just do the multiple steps at once. And then you would have a charged case, stick your bullet on. Okay, it seats your bullet. Index it one more time, and then this would be your crimp. And per SAMI spec, we're looking for 1.169. This would be my 3rd dummy that I have made while setting this up. 1.169 and a half. I mean, it's not wiggling out, but I do need to adjust my crimp a little bit. Probably won't be able to tell on the camera here, but check it against a case load gauge. It's perfect. Perfect. So I'm gonna roll with this setup. I'm gonna go ahead and get the powder charge going. The brass is tumbling currently, so it should be done here shortly. And then, yeah, we'll be good to go, guys. I'll be back. Okay, what's up, everybody? I'm back. So, I got the brass polished. Nice, clean, polished brass. Like I said, I do have a few extra cases in there. I went ahead and I loaded up 3 dummy bullets. No primer, no powder. Just for measurement's sake. Didn't really need to do 3, but these are really easy to pull, so I'm not too worried about it. I started priming. I wasn't going to bother you guys with priming, but if you guys have this All American 8, you know what? Actually, I'm going to turn this light on. See if you guys can see this better. I don't know if that helps or not. If you guys have this All American 8, then you might be familiar with these priming tubes. And basically, you get a small primer and a large primer tube. You can hear I got primers in there. I've already primed 4 cases, but I had a catastrophic meltdown, so I had primers spill everywhere, all over the floor, all over the bench. I mean, it was a mess. And it was because I forgot a crucial step when setting these up. So when you set this up and you pull your pin, now your primers go down. I forgot to put the blast shield in. Now, the blast shield has these rubber O-rings, and it's going to line up with these, and it's going to help keep this thing in place. There you go. So now I can get back to priming. So basically all you do, let me see if I can get you guys, I don't know if you're going to really be able to see this with how I have my tripod, but basically you stick in your case, you're going to lift it up a little bit, and then this guy right here cycles in. You just pull it back towards you, and that's going to get a primer in there. You verify that there's a primer, and then you seat it. Primed case. And basically I'll just do all of these at once because oh, hang on, now I have another malfunction with the tube. Technical difficulties, everybody. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Basically what happened was the tube was not sitting inside of this slot all the way, so all the primers kind of got stacked funky in there, and yeah, that was my mistake. A lot of people probably don't like using these, but I don't mind it. Just verify the primers there. I don't mind it. I mean, it's quick for me when it's working, and it does work fairly well. You just got to find the rhythm, and it will go fast. Now, obviously you could index this all the way, so you could put your depriming die on here. You could deprime, set the primer, index this over, lift it up, charge it, set it down, index it again, seat your bullet. I mean, you could get in that rhythm. I like to just do all the primers first. I think for me, it's not a speed thing. It's I don't know, guys. I'm all about proficiency. I just want to make sure that there are no mistakes. I want to make sure that, you know, these primers are being seated nicely, and, you know, it's just one step that I don't mind spending a little extra time on. Better product in the end. So I got 100 total of these to do. I've already done about 15, so I'm going to finish these up. Okay, everybody, I am done priming. I am going to start going. I've already verified that my powder charge is in fact accurate. So all my cases are primed, and this is just one less step for me on indexing this. I'm just going to go ahead and index all through this just to show you guys how convenient the turret press is. But basically, what you're going to do is you're going to stick your case on. You're going to stick it up into this guy, and you're going to feel a slight nudge. And basically what that's doing is that's flaring the case mouth, okay? So you're going to go until it stops. You're going to charge it. Okay, and then you don't have to do this every time, but there is powder in there. You can verify that there's powder, okay? And then what you do is you index it. Grab your bullet. Sometimes they don't sit perfectly on that flare, but it's good enough. Index it again. Crimp it. I gotta be delicate because my press is not mounted, but hard to tell, hard to see the crimp. I know that my camera skills aren't the best, but it's one round down. And actually, again, for the sake of proficiency, we're gonna go ahead and measure this. So I'm getting 1.17. It should be 1.169. I'm not gonna fuss over that thousandth, but let me just see if it's just. And then check it in the perfect in the case gauge. So 1 round down. I'm just going to motor through some of these. I'm going to move this light, okay, because it's kind of getting in the way of me indexing this thing. But just go through the motions here. Flare the case mouth. Charge. Index. Grab a bullet. Sometimes it can be hard with gloves, but like I said, I try not to touch any of these because I don't want these things to tarnish. Seat. I'm going to go ahead and do that one more time. Index. Crimp. Two down. Flare the case mouth. Charge. Index. Seat the bullet. Index. Crimp. Oh, my indexing handle came off. Yeah, this goes so much faster when you're not filming a video. Brass, flare, charge. For proficiency, let's double check the charge. It's in there. Index. You know what? My gloves are just a little wrinkly. Wearing gloves probably isn't for everybody, but like I said, I like to not leave fingerprint oils. Seat the bullet. Crimp. And I'm going to go ahead and check this one. Money, 1.169. Check it on the case gauge. Perfect. And if you're wondering how I'm getting my measurement, according to Lyman 50th, 9mm Luger, overall length 1.169. I'm just going off of that. I don't feel I have to go off of any specific spec on that, you know. Flare, charge, index, bullet, seat, index. Hey dog, don't play with that bullet. Hey, get that out of your mouth, frick nut. Shit, I gotta go pick up that bullet before Bandit starts shitting copper all over my house. Hey, don't eat that bullet, frickin' punk. 1.169. Perfect. So that's 5. I don't know how much more I need to do for you guys to get the point. Let's just keep going. You know what I mean? You guys tune out of this anytime you need to. Flare, charge, index, bullet, seat, index, crimp. Round number 6. Not exactly butte, but I'm probably going to be within 1,000th this entire time. I don't think I'm stressing that 1,000th, honestly. 1.170. Good enough for me. Case gauge, perfect. So, yeah, guys, that's it. I will be back, I guess, at the end of this when I have 100 pretty ladies in the box. So, we'll see ya. All right, everybody, this is the end. I am done. I have 100 beautiful Speer 115 grain copper plated round nose, ready for the range. If you're curious on what I used, right there, tight group, 4.1 grains. That's my go-to. Lucky enough for me, I use 200 grain copper plated round nose from Extreme for my 1911. So I actually have the same powder charge when I use tight group, so it works out. So all I have to do when I want to load 45 is index this over to the 45 dies, unscrew this top from the charging die, move the charger over here, and then I repeat the process on 1911. So it works out. A lot of people probably don't like tight group, and I don't have much experience with different, you know, pistol powders or anything like that. I'm sure everybody would lend me a suggestion, but for me it kind of works out this way. It's kind of the happy medium, and yeah, I like it. But there you go, 100 rounds of 9mm, busted out. Obviously, you know, it took me quite some time. I had to reset up a couple of dies and double check some measurements on the charge weight, and obviously I'm filming at the same time. So I'd say all in all in, if I wasn't going to polish the brass, to get 100 of these primed and then to jump up on the press, I would say less than an hour. I would say maybe about 45 to 50 minutes, depending. I seem to be in a pretty good rhythm there with all those cases primed. So from the last time I left you guys, it's probably been 35 or 40 minutes and I have all these done. So I don't know what that averages out to, you know what I mean? 4 rounds a minute, 6 rounds a minute, something like that. I don't know what that averages out to. You guys can do the math. But if reloading's not your thing, you know, due to time constraints, I get it. It obviously, you know, it's kind of like that sacrificial type of thing, right? I mean, if you don't want to buy store rounds anymore and you want to reload, you're going to have to dedicate some money for setup and some time to get going. If reloading's not your thing, then keep paying for expensive ass ammo. I mean, I don't know how else to put that delicately, but reloading's totally worth it for me because A, it's relaxing, B, I save a shit ton of money, and it's fucking badass, man. I mean, dude, stock up on powder, primers, bullets. You can load anytime. You don't have to have loaded ammo. I have componentry for thousands of rounds of 9mm. I only load 9mm when I'm going to go to the range. So, you know, I'm getting ready to go to the range this next coming weekend. So there you go. I busted out 100. So thanks for watching. Next video is going to be me busting out 100 for the 1911. Going to load the 200 grain Extreme copper plated round nose. And yeah, guys, if you've watched my 6.5 setup video, that's why I'm going to the range. But sometimes, you know, it may be a little bit busy depending on when I may get there. So if the rifle range is a little busy, I'm just going to cut straight to the handgun range. So that's why I want to make sure I'm loading some ammo so I can bring some ammo. I never keep a bunch of this loaded in my safe. I typically only load when I'm getting ready to go. And again, that's just my method of madness. You guys do what you want. But I got 100 beautiful ladies there because I know that they'll be shot soon. I don't want to have 100 beautiful ladies in my safe getting all tarnished and gross and ugly because I loaded a shitload and, you know, I haven't shot them in years or whatever. So do what you want. That's just how I do it. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Be safe. See ya.